Welcome back to Strategically Styled. My name is Lisa. I'm a woman over 50, and this channel is dedicated to helping you achieve your style goals, usually. But today, change of pace, I am doing my long-promised Q&A, Get to Know Me. So stay tuned and get to know me. I will share my OOTD, so we have our one fashion moment here. Okay, so here's the look. I'm wearing this gold sparkly sweater. I got it from some random fast fashion website, but I believe it is available on Amazon, and if that is the case, I will link it below. These trouser jeans I also got from Amazon, but they are sold out. I got that a while ago. And my fave Vince Camuto burgundy boots. And that is the look. Oh, and the earrings are thrifted, because you know, I have to have something thrifted. And now, I'm going to answer the question that absolutely no one asked, but I was not able to post a video last week because every year, starting in November, going into the Christmas season, I battle with seasonal allergies, and as a result, I find myself coughing a lot, and it keeps me up at night, and then I can't sleep, and I just did not have the strength to put the video together. However, this year I am being treated by an allergist, and I am now getting allergy shots. A little too late for this year, but if you don't know, what they do is take a little bit of whatever you're allergic to in a saline solution and inject you every single week, and then it spaces out as they increase the dosage to I think it's once a month, and then it's more infrequent than that. And over time, your body builds up an immunity to whatever this is. And so in theory, this time next year, I'll be in the clear, but stay tuned. We'll see. So now on to the actual questions that people have actually asked. Question number 1, how old are you? I am 56 years old. Question number 2, on that same vein, what is your birthday? What is your sign? My birthday is April 11th, and my sign is an Aries. I do not follow zodiac at all, so I don't have any particular meaning that I assign to the fact that I am an Aries, though I know there are people who do, and if I said, hey, I'm an Aries, they would be able to interpret that in some way and say, oh, that means you take charge in social situations, or whatever it is that it means. All I know is my birthday is April 11th. Number 3, have you always lived in Ohio? No, I've lived in different states. Prior to living in Ohio, I actually lived in New Jersey, the Garden State. I was a Jersey girl, but now here I am in the great state of Ohio. So now I'm a Buckeye babe. I don't know. Number 4, are you married? Yes, I've been married for 33 years. I celebrated my 33rd wedding anniversary in August. My husband's name is Vaughn, and he is definitely worth his weight in gold. Do you have any children? Yes, I have 2 sons, 27 and 20. My oldest is a therapist. He is also a musician. He is also an artist, and he is also a writer. He's just kind of like a Renaissance man. And I'm going to give a shout out to his book. I will put a link to it in the description below if you have an interest in particular in dystopian fantasy. And in this book, and I have to say, I'm not just saying this because I'm his mom, but it is extraordinarily well written. And their society has fallen apart because of wars and famine and drama and whatever. So the powers that be have decided to prevent this from happening again. They are going to reorganize humanity into 4 distinct groups, keeping like people with like so that there is no conflict. Sounds good on paper, but so there is the house of joy, the house of sorrow, the house of rage, and the house of apathy. And it seems to be working until it's not. And perhaps needless to say, there is someone who has to disrupt the system. But it is really a good story, And if you like that sort of thing, check it out. My youngest son is a mechanic, and he is a very talented musician, a very talented photographer, drone photography, doing all of the things. And once upon a time, he used to actually edit my videos for me, but now, unfortunately, I am left to my own devices. So you get what you get. Coffee or tea? 100% tea. I am a teetotaler all the way. I enjoy the smell of coffee when it's brewing, but that's pretty much the extent of it. I don't like the taste, no matter kind of what you do to it. I just don't even understand the appeal. So miss me with that. I'll have tea, please. Number 7, are you retired or what is your day job? No, unfortunately, I am not retired. I have a day job. I'm a high school principal. This is a small private school, and as a consequence, I am also the high school English teacher. That is actually what my degrees are in, my undergrad and my master's, and I do enjoy it, and it's a good time. Number 8, have you always been interested in fashion? As far back as I can remember, yes. My very first fashion icon, who continues to be my fashion icon, is the incomparable Diana Ross. Let me tell you, I don't know how I was seeing the Supremes because I think they had disbanded by the time I had been seeing them, but somehow I was seeing images of them on television and seeing their pictures in magazines and things, and these beautiful, glamorous black women with these big hair and long sequin gowns and the diamonds and all of the things. And I was just absolutely enchanted by it. But here's the thing, when you're like 6 or 7, you don't always have the freedom to dress like your fashion icons. So there was that disconnect. So I cannot say I was a fashionable person growing up, but I was always very passionate about fashion and very interested in it. And I had developed an eye for it, even if I could not execute it in my own life. When I saw Mahogany, I think back in 1975, and I know there was another recent Mahogany, I'm not talking about that, the one with Diana Ross and Billy Dee Williams, and I was obsessed with it. I actually felt, oh, I want a career in fashion. I want to work at a fashion magazine or be a designer. I didn't want to be a model, I knew that, but it just really ignited something in me towards fashion. When I was in the 4th grade, I had an art teacher, and I remember going up to her desk, and she had a copy of Vogue magazine just sitting on the corner of the desk, and I pointed to it, and I was like, oh, what's this about? Because I had never heard it, never seen it, knew nothing about this. And she says, oh, Vogue magazine, it's a fashion magazine. And she took it and she opened it pages. And then there was this spread of this woman in this fabulous red gown. And it was like she opened the door to Narnia. And from that point on, I started going to the library and checking out the Vogue magazine every month. And then by the time I was in 6th grade, I started getting subscriptions for my birthday, and I had a subscription probably all the way up until I went to college. When I was 10 years old, my mom got us tickets as a surprise to the Ebony Fashion Fair fashion show. And shout out below in the comments if you remember the Ebony Fashion Fair fashion show. But if you don't know, what it was is Ebony magazine had this traveling fashion show, and rather than being a show of featuring one specific designer, they would take pieces from different couture collections like Oscar de la Renta and Chanel and Halston, all of the heavy hitters. And they would have this runway show, but all the models would be black, and they would all be wearing fashion fair makeup, and it was just this fabulous runway show. And I remember coming home and trying to sketch some of the things that I had seen, and it was just really a beautiful experience for me. So throughout my life, I have always kind of immersed myself in fashion. Number 9, do you have other hobbies besides fashion? So I guess my favorite hobby would be thrifting, but predominantly I am thrifting for fashion, so I guess that's still the same thing. Also, something that I got from my mom, something we used to do back in the day when nobody else was doing it and it wasn't really cool and trendy, but we were ahead of the game. We set the trend. I'm currently taking sewing lessons, which again also kind of revolve around fashion, but I'm more interested in doing some alterations as well as upcycling. So I'm trying to learn that. And then beyond that, I read. I love to read. Predominantly, I like to read cozy mysteries. And if you don't know, it's a genre of kind of whodunit. But the cozy part is that the crimes are not like too gruesome, but I think it's like a good mental exercise. I like to kind of put the clues together and crack the case. I also enjoy some nonfiction reading as well. I read inspirational books and biographies and all of the things. There's one skill that has eluded me my entire life, but I really want to learn, is gardening. I really want to figure it out. And every year it's like, this is going to be my year. And it's not. But hopefully in spring 2025, it will be the year to turn these brown thumbs green. We'll see. Stay tuned. So that is the extent of the questions. Thank you guys so much. And again, if you have other questions, please feel free to put them in the comments down below and I will get them in the next round. Also, I want to take time to just express my deep, heartfelt thanks to all of you who have watched these videos, who have subscribed, and who say encouraging things along the way. It has really blessed me. I really enjoyed having this community, and I love you so much, and I appreciate you. So until we meet again, I hope your day is blessed and stylish.